down in turn 1 and 2 after the heat race. Here we go. Nick Drew, followed by Nick Newton in the 7-Eleven. There's your top two cars. As they bring them around turn number 4 down into the 1 and 2. It's the 15 of Drew in that top spot. 7-Eleven of Newton in the second position. Up into the third position now, it's Casey Shields. On lap number 2, Bivens in that 4th spot. And the 2 are 5th. So right now, it's Nick Drew pacing right in behind him, though, the 7-Eleven of Nick Newton. Keep an eye on those top 2 cars. Drew, Newton, Bivens, your top 3. Newton now goes to the low turn number 2. On lap number 3. Cammy Bruner there at the tail of the field. Oh, good battle for the top spot. Here comes the 7-Eleven of Nick Newton. Slides down through that low side, but right now Drew's still your leader. Bivens, Shields, and Powell, followed by Mars in the 9, Stephen Blake in the 15, and Bruner. So your top 2 cars, Nick Drew and Newton, your top 2. As the laps start halfway that time across. Here comes Bivens now in the 5. Newton tries to go low side coming out of turn number 2. They'll get into the lap traffic here, Cammy Bruner. So he'll have to go back to that top side coming into turns 3 and 4. It's Nick Drew as your leader as they come out of turn number 4. Bivens trying to fight back in that 3rd spot. Again, Newton in the 7-Eleven. He gets a nose down in there, tries to slide up. Oh, has to hit the binders. Up in turn 4, Nick Drew's still your race leader. So Drew, the 7-Eleven of Newton, Bivens now closing in on that top 2. Shields and then the 2 of Powell. Good battle up front here between your top 3. As Drew on lap number 8, just 2 more to go. Can Nick Drew hang on for the victory here? Newton in the 7-Eleven trying to get a nose in down there in 2. Here comes Bivens now in the number 5 as well. White flag will come out this time across for your race leader, Nick Drew. Newton now is going to have to do something. Let's see what he does down here in 1 and 2. Can he make it work? Nick Drew is side by side coming out of turn number 2. Nick Drew takes him up into turn 4 as here comes the 7-Eleven and Newton. Newton makes that last pass. It's Nick Newton in the 7-Eleven. The 15 of Drew, the 5 of Bivens. The last turn, he makes the pass, slides up into turn number 4. Your winner again tonight, his 7th feature win, Nick Newton. Nick Newton, your winner here tonight. So Nick Newton in that 7-Eleven. Nick Drew ends up in that 2nd spot in the 15 car. Terry Bivens 3rd in the 5. It's the 42 of Casey Shields. And the 2 of Dave Powell, your top 5. Turn number 4. Here we go with your E-mods. Mulek. Good run on the high side. Dakota Earl on the low side. Dakota with a good run. Comes out with the lead out of turn number 2. So your race leader, Dakota Earl, is in the 15. Mulek in that 90 car. It's Stockton in the 33. Spillman in the 63. As Mulek gets loose up here comes Trevor Hand in the 236. Dakota Earl's your race leader. Still in that second spot, it's Stockton in the 33 as they almost get together coming down the front stretch. Spillman now into that third spot. Here comes Stockton to the low side coming out of turn number 2. So Stockton, your race leader. Dakota Earl's now still that second spot. Here comes Spillman on the high side coming into turn 1 and 2. Schellert in the 07 now up into the top 4. And Ali Mulek in the 90 car. There's your top 5 right now. But it's Spillman on the move up into that second spot. Lap number 3 as they go by this time, Schellert and the 07 in that third position now. He puts on a good show here tonight as Earl starts to fade back a little bit into that 4th position. And the 90 of Mulek, here comes your leader on lap number 5. Stockton, here comes Spillman now to the low side. Good battle there with Schellert in the 07. This will be halfway this time across. For your leader, Ben Stockton in the 33, Spillman has his hands full with the 07 of Schellert. Mulek now up into that 4th spot. Ali Mulek. Stockton now with the 63 of Spillman starting to close the gap. Those top 2 cars. Lap number 7. Stockton, Spillman, Schellert. As we have a car go up. Yellow comes out. Top of turn number 4. Looks like Gavin Stark in the 00. Look out, look out. As Schellert goes around in the 0. Is that the 07 it looks like? Schellert in the 0. 25. All right, restart underway. Stockton to the low side. Here comes Spillman in the 63 coming out of turn 2. Schellert still in the 3rd spot. Goffrich gets loose up in turn number 4, but Spillman put pressure. 8 laps down now. Spillman, let's see if he can make it. 2 as Goffrich in the 5 pulls off into the center. Here comes the 63 of Billy Spillman, your new race leader. Billy Spillman in the 63. Lap number 9, just 3 remain. So Spillman's Stockton, Schellert, Mulek, and Mulek. There's your top 5. Derek Carney in the 05, Stephen Makar in the 4. White flag comes out next time across as Schellert gets into the 33 of Stockton. He takes that 2nd spot away. The 07 as Schellert up in the 2nd, but Billy Spillman, your race leader, as the white flag comes out. Spillman takes it down into turn 1 and 2. If Schellert will have anything for him. And that 07. Billy Spillman, your winner in the E-Mods tonight. It is his 5th feature win this year. Billy Spillman. It'll be Schellert in the 2nd spot, Stockton in 3rd, Allie Mulick, Jesse Mulick, the 05 of Derek Carney, the 4 of Stephen Makar, Smith in the 98, Trevor Hand in the 236, Dakota Earls in the 15, and Shanny Lanning, your winner. Again, the 63 of Billy Spillman. The 07 in that 2nd spot of Adam Schellert. The 33 of Spillman. The 9 Billy Spillman. Additional raffle ticket winning numbers 4819716, 4819716. Also, for the next one will be Kansas Speedway tickets, 4819736, 4819736. Some additional winners, 4819994, 4819994, 4819718. 4819718, 482. Racing on the River's Edge. USRA B-Mods underway. As they dive down into 1 and 2, McDowell. Here comes the 99 of Brad Smith on the low side. Chase Galvin in the 0. Ricky Thornton in that 20 car, the 57 of Powell. Side by side coming out of turn number 4 on lap number 1. It's the 99 of Brad Smith. Brad Smith, your race leader. As he comes out of 2, here comes Ricky Thornton now up into that 2nd spot. Keep an eye on that car. It'll be the 0 of Chase Galvin in that 3rd position. Your top 2 cars, Smith on the high side. Thornton now on the low side takes that lead away. Ricky Thornton. Ricky Thornton Jr. actually in 3 classes tonight, also in a stock car as well. But he is your new race leader in the 20 car. That's the Tanner Racing number 20. Powell now up into that 3rd spot in the 57, followed by Andy Bryant in 4th. There's your top 4. Good battle up front here. Andy Bryant followed by the 17 of Shadron Turner in the top 5, but Ricky Thornton, Brad Smith. Here comes the 28 of Bryant now, side by side with Tim Powell in turns 3 and 4. 3 wide as they come out of turn number 4. Good battle for that 2nd spot right now, but Brad Smith hangs on. Powell, Bryant, and a car goes around here on the back side and another car on the front side. Looks like the 0 of Chase Galvin here on the front side and the 27 of Oxford coming out of turn number 2. That brings out your first caution. Flag lights are out. So here we go. Ricky Thornton leads them down. Thornton in the Tanner Racing number 20. Brad Smith still in that 2nd spot. Here comes Andy Bryant. Side by side. Here comes Smith on the low side in turns 3 and 4. Good battle up front. It's Brad Smith, your new race leader as they come out of turn number 4. Brad Smith. Bryant up into that 3rd spot, and Ricky Thornton fights back. Down on the low side, coming out of turn number 2 as the yellow flag comes out on turn number 4. I believe that's McDowell, Jonathan McDowell, I believe, in the 2 car. Car race here later tonight. Green flag goes for your USRA B-mods. 8 laps completed. Brad Smith takes him down into turn 1 and 2. Ricky Thornton trying to make it work on the low side, but watch out for that 28 of Bryant. Smith still your leader coming into turns 3 and 4. Brad Smith, here comes Bryant now to the high side as Smith tries to block off. Here comes Bryant, look out. Smith has 2 hot cars behind him. Oh, and Bryant gets into the back end of Smith, and Smith goes around. Yellow flag, tough break there for Brad Smith. That'll be 2 weeks in a row where he spins out. Ricky Thornton, your race leader. Powell in that second spot. The 17 of Turner, the 181 of Neiman. And Yancey Shepard, your top 5. Ed Knoll in that 15 as Ricky Thornton on the low side will lead him by this time. Ricky Thornton, your race leader. The 57 of Powell up into that second spot. Shadron Turner up into third now. There's your top 3. Yellow comes back out in turn number 4 for our brand new driver here, Ace Chato. 10th. Green flag flies. Here we go. Thornton dives down into 1 with Turner on his tail, the 57 of Powell. Yancey Shepard now up into that 4th spot. 181 of Neiman goes high. Thornton will lead him across here on lap number 9. Still Turner in the second position, trying to work his way around Tim Powell in the 57. Neiman still in the 181 in 4th. The 20 of Shepard in 5th. Knoll in 6th. So good battle back up through the front of the field as Thornton leads him by. 5 laps remain. Again, the 20 of Ricky Thornton Jr. running 3 classes here tonight. He'll also run his A-mod. Yellow fly in turn 3 up high. Brings him around with just 5 laps remaining. Green flag flies. Here we go. Thornton, Shadron Turner, Powell, Shepard, the 181 of Neiman gets a good run in turn number 2. Here comes Ed Knoll in the 15, 3 wide for that 4th spot. Thornton as your race leader. Shadron Turner still in that 2nd spot. Powell gets a little bit loose down on the low side. Shepard with Ed Knoll. Here's the 181 of Neiman as the 3 of Patrick Royalty goes around in turn number 2. Yellow. So Thornton leads him down in there. Turner gets a little bit loose. That opens the door for Powell. Tim Powell moves up into that spot. Here comes the 181 of Neiman down on the low side as Turner stays on the high side. Tim Powell in that 2nd spot. Thornton leads him down into turn 1 and 2. Shadron Turner now fighting back on the low side as he gets by Powell again. Good run. And the yellow flag comes out again in turn number 2. This time, I believe. Ryan, here we go. Green flag. There's 3 laps remain. As they dive down into 1 and 2. Ricky Thornton leads them back. 2 turns 3 and 4. Stays on that high side. Gets a good run up there with Tim Powell and Turner. Your top 5 remain the same. Good battle behind them, about 2 to 3 wide. Jake Richards now trying to move up, back up into that 6th spot. Jake Richards takes that away. Jake Richards up into the 6th spot. As the white flag flies, Ricky Thornton Jr. in the 20T in that top spot. Tim Powell in 2nd. The 17 of Turner. The 181 of Neiman. And here comes Jake Richards from tail end of the field to 5th. Moving on his way up, back up through the field. Good run. Ricky Thornton, your winner. Tim Powell in 2nd. Shadron Turner 3rd. The 181 of Neiman in 4th. The 17 of Jake Richards. Good run by Jake Richards. Starts 24th and works his way all the way up to 5th. Car, Ricky Thornton Jr. Here we go again with your USRA Modifieds 20-lap A main event. Nick Benniger in that top spot. Here comes the 68 of Kerry Davis up into 2nd now. Mark Schaffman in that 3rd spot. He's in the 60. We'll call him the 66 tonight. Oh, 3 wide as they come down that front stretch. That's the 74 of Rodney Schweitzer. As the 175 of Park pulls off to the infield. As your leader, Benniger, comes by on lap number 2. Ricky Thornton up into that 4th spot. Rodney Schweitzer in the 74 car in the top 5 as well. Nick Benniger brings him around here on lap number 3. Davis, your winner last week in the 66 here at Lakeside Speedway. Schaffman in the 66, really the 34, but he put a 66 in honor of Gary Davis. Here comes Ricky Thornton on the high side in turn number 4. Still hanging on to that 4th spot. He cuts down low. Looks like he might take that spot away. Still a good battle there for 3rd. Ricky Thornton now goes low side down in turns 1 and 2. Adam Cates in the 23, followed by the 1K of Tim Carrick, the 39 of Driscoll. But your leader, the 3B of Nick Benniger. Davis still in that 2nd spot. Schaffman, Ricky Thornton gets a good run up high in turn number 2. Schweitzer still hanging on to that 5th spot. 6th is Cates in the 23, the 1K of Carrick. And here comes your race leader. Oh, as the 3B of Nick Benniger pulls off. Kerry Davis now your race leader in that top spot. Thornton now goes to the low side coming out of turn number 2 as Benniger had to pull off to the infield. So Kerry Davis, your race leader. Schaffman doing a good job fighting off Ricky Thornton in that 2nd spot. Ricky Thornton on the low side in turn number 2 as they go 2 wide. Thornton now comes down that back stretch. This will be lap number 8 as they come across this time with your race leader, the 68 of Davis. Up into that 2nd spot now is the 20 of Thornton. Schaffman falls back into that 3rd spot now. The 1K of Tim Carrick now up into that 5th spot. Good battle back here. Schweitzer, the 1K of Carrick, and the 23 of Cates. But back to your leaders as Davis. This will be lap 10. This will be halfway this time. Ricky Thornton trying to close the gap as he goes high side in 2. Schaffman in 3rd. Now up into that 4th spot is the 1K of Tim Carrick. The 74 of Schweitzer now back up into, falls back into 5th. The Cates in the 23 just behind him. But back to your leaders now, as now Ricky Thornton closes the gap coming out of turn number 2 in the lap traffic. This will be lap 13 as they cross this time side by side. Thornton in the 20, the 68 of Davis, your race leader. Here comes Ricky Thornton on the low side. Ricky Thornton, your new race leader. Ricky Thornton takes that top spot here. This will be lap 13 as they go across this time. Thornton and Davis, your top 2. Schaffman, followed by the 1K of Tim Carrick and Schweitzer in that 5th spot. The 23 of Cates, the 39 of Driscoll behind them. Schaefer in the 21, the 5 of McGinnis. But here's your race leader, followed by Davis. Davis now dives down into low in the 1 and 2, side by side with Thornton. Thornton gets the run, keeps that lead on the top side. Davis. This will be lap 15 when they come by this time as the 2 cars get together. Davis, your new race leader. Davis and Thornton has a problem on the back side. Turn 3, yellow comes out. As Davis makes the daring run up here in turn number 4. Kerry Davis, your new race leader. Ricky Thornton in that 2nd spot. It'll be the 66 of Schaffman. I believe the 1K of Tim Carrick. Here we go, coming out of turn number 4. Schaffman gets the big run on the high side. It's the 68 of Davis. Here comes Thornton on the low side. Schaffman all the way up to the wall. Good battle down into turn number 4 as Davis slides up high. Thornton on the low side. Davis hangs on to that lead. Just 4 remain. Schaffman with a good run. Slides all the way up to the top. Thornton trying to figure a way to get around Davis. Davis, here comes Thornton. He slides up in front of him in turn number 4. Davis switches down to the low side. Your new race leader, Ricky Thornton, as they both slide up. Look out. Top 2 cars. Ricky Thornton, your new race leader. Ricky Davis in that 2nd spot. Thornton leads them down into turn number 1 and 2. Schaffman, followed by the 1K of Carrick, the 23 of Cates. This will be lap 19 as the white flag comes out. Your leader, Ricky Thornton. Final lap. Will Davis have anything for him? Schaffman goes up high in turn number 2. Now Schaffman making a run down in 3 and 4. But your winner, USRA Modifieds. Tonight, it's the 20 RT of Ricky Thornton, the 68 of Davis, the 66 of Schaffman, the 1K of Carrick, the 23 of Cates, the 39 of Driscoll, the 5 of McGinnis, the 21 of Schaefer, the 92 of Peeler, and the 28 of Liston. So your winner tonight, 2 in a row now, it's Ricky Thornton Jr. in the 20. The 68 of Davis in that 2nd spot. Schaffman takes third, the 1K of Tim Carrick, and the 23 of Adam Cates. So two presentation after the stock car race as he gets out of his car, Ricky Thornton Jr. 2 for 2. Can he make it 3 for 3? All right, we'll set the line.